In the quiet corners of our lives, where shadows dance with light, we sometimes encounter souls who dazzle us with their radiance, only to leave us questioning our own reflection. They are the enigma, the mirror, the storm disguised as a breeze. They are the narcissist. Have you ever felt your essence dimmed by another's unrelenting need for adoration? Have you wondered if the fault lies in you or in them? Today, we embark on a journey through the labyrinth of the human psyche, guided by psychology and philosophy, to uncover 7 warning signs you're dealing with a narcissist. Stay with us, for this is not just a revelation of others, but a mirror into ourselves. The term narcissist echoes through modern conversations, yet its roots stretch deep into myth and mind. In Greek mythology, Narcissus fell in love with his own reflection, doomed to waste away by a pool of unattainable desire. In psychology, narcissism is more than vanity. It is a pattern of grandiosity, a hunger for admiration, and a chilling lack of empathy. Philosophically, it raises questions of self, identity, and the boundaries of love. To understand the narcissist is to peer into the paradox of human existence, the tension between self-love and self-destruction, between connection and isolation. Through the lens of psychology, we will dissect their behaviors. Through philosophy, we will ponder their essence. Here are 7 signs, woven from observation and introspection, that you may be entangled with a narcissist. First sign, the throne of grandiosity. The narcissist strides into your life as if crowned by destiny itself. They speak of their triumphs with the fervor of a poet, their dreams painted in hues too vivid for mortal eyes. Psychologically, this is grandiosity, a belief in their own exceptionalism that defies reason. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5, describes it as an inflated sense of self-importance, often untethered from reality. Yet, this is no mere confidence. Where confidence invites collaboration, grandiosity demands worship. The narcissist's stories are epic, their achievements unparalleled, even when evidence whispers otherwise. They are the sun, and you, dear soul, are but a planet in their orbit. Philosophically, this raises a profound question. What is the self if it exists only in its own exaltation? The philosopher Søren Kierkegaard spoke of despair as the sickness unto death, a disconnection from the authentic self. The narcissist's grandiosity is such a despair, a refusal to embrace the humble, flawed beauty of being human. Imagine a colleague who boasts of their revolutionary ideas, dismissing others' contributions as trivial. When challenged, they deflect with charm or indignation, never pausing to reflect. This is the throne of grandiosity, where only one may sit. Ask yourself, does this person's light illuminate, or does it blind? Do they celebrate your victories, or do they cast them into shadow? Second sign, the hunger for admiration. Like a flower that wilts without sunlight, the narcissist craves admiration to sustain their fragile core. This is not the gentle appreciation we all seek, but a ravenous need that consumes all else. Psychologically, this aligns with narcissistic personality disorders' criterion of requiring excessive admiration. Studies, such as those by psychologist Robert Raskin, show that narcissists thrive on external validation, their self-worth tethered to others' praise. Yet, this hunger is insatiable. No compliment is grand enough, no adoration pure enough. They fish for praise with subtle boasts or feigned humility, their eyes gleaming with expectation. To withhold admiration is to wound them, and they may retaliate with coldness or rage. Philosophically, this mirrors Jean-Paul Sartre's concept of being for others. The idea that we define ourselves through others' gazes. For the narcissist, this gaze is not a dialogue, but a monologue, a one-way mirror through which they see only themselves. They are trapped in a cycle of needing others to affirm a self they cannot affirm alone. Picture a friend who shares every achievement on social media, not for connection, but for likes and comments. When you share your own joy, they pivot the conversation back to themselves, as if your light threatens their own. Does this person seek your voice, or merely your applause? Do they see you, or do they see only their own reflection in your eyes? Third sign, the absence of empathy. Empathy is the bridge that connects one soul to another, the silent language of shared humanity. In the narcissist, this bridge is broken. Psychology tells us that a hallmark of narcissism is a profound lack of empathy, the inability or unwillingness to feel another's pain or joy. Research by psychologists like Paul Wink reveals that narcissists may understand emotions intellectually, but cannot resonate with them emotionally. To the narcissist, others are not fully human. They are tools, mirrors, or obstacles. Your tears may intrigue them, but they do not move them. Your triumphs may annoy them, unless they can claim credit. This is not cruelty, but a void, a hollowness where connection should reside. Philosophically, this echoes Martin Buber's distinction between I-thou and I-it relationships. In an I-thou encounter, we meet others as sacred beings. In an I-it encounter, we reduce them to objects. The narcissist lives in an I-it world, where others exist only to serve their narrative. Consider a partner who dismisses your grief with a wave of their hand, saying, "You're too sensitive," or who celebrates your success only when it enhances their own image. Does this person hold your heart with care? Or do they wield it as a prop in their play? Can they weep with you, or do they merely watch? Fourth sign, the web of manipulation. The narcissist is a master weaver, spinning threads of charm, guilt, and deception to ensnare those around them. Psychologically, manipulation is a tool of control, rooted in what researchers like Keith Campbell describe as the narcissist's need to maintain dominance. Tactics like gaslighting, love bombing, or silent treatment are their arsenal, wielded with precision to bend others to their will. Gaslighting, for instance, makes you doubt your reality. "You're imagining things," they say, as your truth crumbles. Love bombing overwhelms you with affection, only to withdraw it when you deviate from their script. The silent treatment punishes you with absence, leaving you to question your worth. Philosophically, this manipulation is a betrayal of authenticity. The philosopher Immanuel Kant urged us to treat others as ends in themselves, not as means to an end. The narcissist violates this principle, using others as pawns in their game of self-aggrandizement. Recall a boss who showers you with praise when you comply, but turns cold when you assert your ideas, subtly implying you failed them. Are you free in this person's presence, or do you feel like a marionette, dancing to their unseen strings? Do their words lift you, or do they bind you? A fifth sign, the fragile mask of perfection. Beneath the narcissist's polished exterior lies a fragility that trembles at the slightest critique. Psychologically, this is the paradox of narcissism, a grandiose self-image built on a foundation of insecurity. Studies by psychologists like Aaron Pincus show that narcissists oscillate between arrogance and vulnerability, their self-esteem a house of cards. Criticism, no matter how gentle, is a dagger to their core. They may respond with rage, deflection, or a wounded retreat, unable to bear the mirror of truth. This fragility demands perfection, not just from themselves, but from you, as you become an extension of their image. Philosophically, this fragility speaks to the Buddhist concept of anatta, or non-self. The narcissist clings to a fabricated self, fearing its dissolution. Yet, in their refusal to embrace imperfection, they deny the very humanity that could set them free. Think of a friend who reacts to feedback with disproportionate anger, accusing you of betrayal, or who demands you uphold their flawless image at all costs. Can this person bear the weight of their own flaws, or do they demand you carry them? Do they allow you to be human, or must you too wear a mask? Sixth sign, the envy that consumes. Envy is a shadow that haunts the narcissist's heart, a fire that burns without end. Psychologically, envy is a core trait of narcissism, as outlined in the DSM-5. Narcissists envy others' successes, believing they alone deserve the spotlight, and they assume others envy them in return. This dual envy creates a world of competition, where no one's light can shine too brightly. Their envy may manifest as subtle sabotage, downplaying your achievements, spreading rumors, or stealing credit. Alternatively, they may project their envy onto you, accusing you of jealousy to deflect their own. Philosophically, this envy reflects Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of resentment, a resentment born of perceived inferiority. The narcissist, unable to celebrate another's joy, is chained to a cycle of comparison and discontent. Imagine a sibling who belittles your promotion, saying, "It's not that big a deal," or who insists you're jealous of their success, even when you rejoice. Does this person cheer your victories, or do they dim them with disdain? Can they share in joy, or must they always stand above? Last sign, the trail of broken bonds. The narcissist leaves behind a trail of fractured relationships, each a testament to their inability to connect authentically. Psychologically, this stems from their self-absorption and lack of empathy, which erode trust and intimacy over time. Research by psychologists like W. Keith Campbell shows that narcissists' relationships often follow a pattern: idealization, devaluation, and discard. In the idealization phase, you are their muse, their perfect mirror. In devaluation, your flaws become their weapon as they criticize and control. In discard, you are cast aside, replaced by a new source of admiration. This cycle leaves you questioning your worth, your reality, your very self. Philosophically, this trail of broken bonds speaks to the existential loneliness of the narcissist. As Albert Camus wrote, "Man is the only creature who refuses to be what he is." The narcissist, in denying their vulnerability, denies the possibility of true connection, condemning themselves to isolation. Reflect on a relationship that began with adoration, but ended in betrayal, leaving you to pick up the pieces of your shattered trust. Does this person build bridges, or do they burn them? Do they leave you whole, or do they leave you in fragments? To recognize a narcissist is not to condemn them, but to see them clearly, to hold a mirror to their patterns and to your own. Psychology offers us the map, philosophy the compass, but it is our courage that lights the way. These 7 signs: grandiosity, the hunger for admiration, the absence of empathy, manipulation, fragility, envy, and broken bonds, are not just warnings, but invitations to reclaim your own light. If you see these signs in your life, pause, reflect, set boundaries, seek support. You are not the shadow of another's sun. You are a universe unto yourself, vast and radiant. And in that truth lies your freedom. Have you encountered these signs in your own journey? Share your story in the comments below, and let's hold space for healing together. If this resonated with you, like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for more explorations of the heart and mind. Until next time, dear soul, may you walk in light.